Hello everyone. So welcome back to my next video. So in this video we are going to study some next aspects of electrochemistry and Nernst equation. Okay. So now we'll start with EMF, that is electromotive force of a cell. So as earlier we have discussed, your electrochemical cell, which is consisting of two electrodes, and out of those two electrodes you are having one electrode with a higher reduction potential and another with a lower electrode potential. Hence here the electrons flow from the anode, which is lower electrode potential, to the cathode, where cathode is having higher electrode potential. Okay, so this electromotive force of a cell, it is a driving force actually, and which operates between two electrodes due to the difference in electrode potential. As you have two different electrodes over there, so when there is a difference potential difference between two electrodes, then there is a EMF arise. Okay, that is the driving force over there, and it is denoted by E cell, that is electrode potential can be denoted as E, and there you have to written cell. Okay, we have to write cell. The EMF of a cell depends on the nature of electrodes as well as concentration of their salts. Okay, if the concentration of the salt or the solution is increases, then it acts as a cathode. If the concentration of the solution decreases, that time it acts as a anode. And EMF of the cell can be represented as minus delta G equal to NEF. So as I already mentioned, delta G is change in the Gibbs free energy. N is, here it is number of electrons involved in the reaction. F is Faraday's constant, as you already know this constants. Okay, E is EMF, or you can say electrode potential, and the same thing explained here. And the standard EMF, that is defined as the EMF of a galvanic cell where the reactants and products of the cell are at unit concentration or unit activity at 298 Kelvin. So here at the standard EMF you have to maintain some standard conditions, that is the 1 molar concentration, and the temperature should be maintained as 298 Kelvin, or else you can say in terms of degrees Celsius it is 25 degrees Celsius, which is room temperature, and the atmospheric pressure, 1 atmospheric pressure you have to maintain. So that is nothing but standard EMF, which is denoted as E naught of the cell. Okay, now single electrode potential. So this definition can be asked in the examination. It is very important. That is, what is single electrode potential, or you can say define single electrode potential. So it is defined as the tendency of metal electrode either to lose or gain electrons when it is in contact with a solution of its own ions. Here what it is indicating is, so one metal, it is dipped in the solution of its own ion, right? So that time your metal is losing some number of electrons, or else sometimes it may gain some number of electrons. So that tendency of particular metal is going to, we are going to call as a single electrode potential. So this is with respect to 1/2 cell. Okay, so here the tendency of electrode which is losing the electron, that process is called as oxidation, and where whenever you are gaining some number of electrons, that reaction is called as reduction. So this oxidation reduction process taking place simultaneously. Okay, so those both are completely depend on each other. One is losing some number of electrons, that is oxidation, and another is gaining some number of electrons which are lost at the anode side. Okay, that reaction is reduction. So this is oxidation and reduction. So oxidation process takes place at the anode side and reduction process takes place at the cathode. So this you have to remember. So in order to solve some of the problems on Nernst equation and for the derivation part, you have to remember this concept, basic concept about oxidation, reduction, anode and cathode. Okay, so the next thing is your single electrode potential, that is denoted by E, and the value of single electrode potential, that is depending upon the nature of electrode, concentration of the solution, and third one is temperature. Okay, so now standard electrode potential, as you know. So again, this is at the standard condition, means the same definition, but here you have to maintain some standard conditions. So those standard conditions are obviously temperature and concentration. Concentration should be 1 molar and temperature should be room temperature, that is 298 Kelvin. Okay, so now this standard electrode potential E naught of a number of electrons are determined with respect to SHE. SHE means simple hydrogen electrode, standard hydrogen electrode. Okay, and so this is always the standard electrode potential E naught value can be determined with respect to standard hydrogen electrode. Okay, so now next thing, that is the Nernst equation for a single electrode potential. So this is a fixed question in your final as well as internal exams. Okay, sometimes they may ask for 6 to 7 marks or else 8 marks. Okay, that depends upon the question. Okay, they'll ask you to define the single electrode definition, and with the continuation of that you'll be asked to derive this Nernst equation. Okay, so now in this Nernst equation, this Nernst equation gives the relation between electrode potential, that is E, and the concentration of the electrolyte species which are involved in the reaction. Okay, now you just consider a general redox reaction. In redox reaction itself, it is a both oxidation and reduction together, it is called as redox reaction, and here it is Mn plus. Mn plus indicates that is a metal ion. That metal ion is going to gain some n number of electrons, and that is converting as a metal. So this side reaction from left to right, it is a reduction reaction because it is gaining some number of electrons, and when it comes to right to left, it is your pure metal is going to lose some electrons to become metal ion. So that is from right to left, it is oxidation reaction. Okay, so this I'll call equation 1. So now the electrode which is in contact with the reversible ions, it is constituting a thermodynamical system, and this free energy change for a reversible reaction, that is given by a Van 't Hoff's thermodynamic equation, that is delta G equal to delta G naught plus RT ln K. So I'll call this equation as 2. So here in this equation 2, delta G is free energy change, delta G naught means it is obviously standard free energy change, and where R is the gas constant and T is temperature, and ln K, just K is the reaction coefficient of the concentration of the products and reactants. Okay, so this K can be given as the molar concentration of product divided by molar concentration of reactant. So according to this first equation, you can see here the product, that is M, and you need to write the concentration. No, that's what the concentration always can be written in the square brackets. So I have written M and I have written the square bracket divided by reactant. So in this first equation, the reactant is Mn plus, that is the metal ion. So I have given this equation, that is a number 3 I have given. And next thing you have to consider Gibbs free energy or free energy change in the system. So that is the maximum work that can be obtained from a chemical reaction is equal to decrease in free energy of the system. So what it is indicating is, so your decrease in free energy indicates a maximum work done. Means suppose if you have collected some amount of energy like 200 kilojoules per energy, that 200 kilojoule energy, if it is decreasing, means energy is decreasing, means somewhere you are doing your work. Okay, if you are losing some energy, means you are doing work. that indicates you are doing work. So that is nothing but this equation 4. Decrease in energy, that's what I have taken minus. So minus delta G equal to, that indicates work has done, that is maximum work. Okay, and this maximum work or W, that can be given by the product of energy and charge of the system, charge in coulombs. Okay, so here E is a electrode potential and F is a charge in the coulombs and N is number of electrons involved in the system. So that W is given by NEF. So W equal to NEF, that is, you can consider this minus. Okay, so now what you have after this simplification, what it indicates, 4 and 5, you consider 4 and 5. From 4 and 5 you will get minus delta G equal to NEF. So that's what I have written in equation number 6. Minus delta G equal to NEF, this is at normal condition, and at the standard conditions you have minus delta G naught equal to NF E naught. See here, when you maintain standard conditions for this in second case, so that time N is not going to change because N is the number of electrons, that is integer, and when it comes to F, that is a charge, that is a constant thing, that you know, Faraday's constant it is. So that is also not going to change. Only it affects on the electrode potential, that becomes E naught when this is at the normal condition and this is at the standard conditions. Okay, they have given E naught is standard electrode potential, F is Faraday's constant, and the value is 96,500 coulomb per mole. Okay, now what you do, you substitute this equations in a first equation, here second equation. So you substitute value, that delta G value and delta G naught value in equation 2. So now I have substituted delta G value, that is minus NEF, and delta G naught value minus NF E naught. So I have substituted the things and it is minus RT ln K value also I have substituted. So ln K was there, no? So now it is M by Mn plus. So now I want the relation of E, that is electrode potential. So in order to get only E, I have to divide this whole equation by minus NF. So I'll just divide the things by NF minus NF so that I can get only E. So I left with E. Here also I have divided by NF. So you have only E naught value, and this is minus and minus, that becomes positive. And here it is actually plus value. Okay, so please consider this is plus, and you are dividing this whole term by minus NF. That time this sign changes, it is plus and here it is minus. So that is RT by NF ln M by Mn plus, because you don't have any NF term in this last term. So that's what it comes in denominator. Okay, so now, so this may be the end of the derivation, but here one more simplification you have, that is the concentration of the metal or the concentration of solid is always 1. So you can replace this concentration of M by 1. So here it is, concentration of M is given by 1. So I can write E equal to E naught minus RT by NF ln 1 by Mn plus, bracket closed, and here this is ln 1 by something you have. So this can be converted as ln A raised to minus 1 equal to minus 1 ln A. Okay, I hope you are understanding. That is basic logarithm part. Log A raised to minus 1 or ln A raised to minus 1 can be written as minus ln A. So that minus and this minus, so both are in multiplication state. So you can have positive term here and you can write RTNF ln into M. So this Mn plus, which is coming to the numerator, that time you have power minus 1. So that minus 1 power, that is the minus and this minus. So you can have positive term. So you can apply basic logarithm, that is minus log A term. log a raised to minus 1 is equal to minus ln a. So if you are using ln, both the side ln will be there. If you're using log, then same log is there. Okay, here it is ln, so I'm telling ln a raised to minus 1 equal to minus ln a. Okay, so that minus and this minus, that changes this sign, that is positive. So now you have some values here. So another simplification, that you have ln, so that ln can be converted as a log. How we are going to convert that ln into log? So that is by multiplying 2.303. So e equal to e naught plus 2.303 RTNF. This, instead of ln you have 2.303 log and mn plus, that is the left thing. Okay, you just convert ln into logarithm form. Okay, this is equation number 8. So after this you can have some more simplification here. So that is just, you have to substitute all the constant things. So this equation also called as Nernst equation for a single electrode potential. But even though you can simplify further, as you know, R is a gas constant that has a value of 8.314 joule per Kelvin per mole, and the temperature that you are maintaining, room temperature, absolute temperature, that is in Kelvin, that is 298 degree Celsius. And F is, as you know, that is a Faraday's constant, 96,500 coulomb per mole. And you substitute all those things and you are getting E equal to E naught plus 0.0591 divided by N log of n plus. So n you are not considering here because it is a general equation we have considered. First only we have started with mn plus. Okay, so as this is general reaction, just we have to write n as it is. If you are taking some particular reaction like Daniell cell and all, that time n changes, like n equal to 2 for Daniell cell. So it is general, so I have taken n as it is. Okay, so this is for a single electrode. So this equation, this is the final equation for single electrode potential. Okay, so this also can be calculated by using this relation, that is E equal to E naught plus 2.303 RTNF log of the concentration at the cathode divided by concentration of anode. So this also can be used for the single electrode potential. Okay, so this electrode potential, actually this is varying with the temperature and concentration, as you here you can see. So this E is depending upon this temperature T and the concentration of metal ions. Okay, so this term electrode potential E refers to reduction potential, and this is depending upon the nature of metal also. Okay, so this is all about the Nernst equation, which is very important. It is very important for internal as well as external exam, and this is 100% fixed question in every semester exam. Okay, I hope you understood about this Nernst equation and basic aspects of the Nernst equation. Thank you.